cut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know WCSC is the first in the MF and building. Salute to those that's already on deck. Big blunts and boxing. I see you. What's good with it, man? Mike is in the building. What's good with it? Hangs Legacy on deck. Salute to you. Big shout out to everyone that's showed up already. Hey, man, for those of you that's en route, you know what to do. You already know what to do. Let's get down to the topics, man. We're going to get to the thumbnail. You know, we're going to try to say that for the last, but we want to go ahead and kick it into gear and talk about a potential matchup that might be, interesting. Okay, let's go up here and look at boxing scene. A potential heavyweight fight for the title eliminator, y'all. They talk about Martin Bakole versus Kabayel could take place atop the IBF heavyweight rankings and become the lead challenger to Daniel Dubois if they agree to the final eliminator order by the sanctioning body. Bakole 21 victories, opposite 1 defeat and 16 knockouts, y'all. Already rated number 3 by the WBC and WBO, number 1 by the WBA, and fresh off a victory over Jared Anderson. Insists the contest with Kabayel is one they would be willing to take. They say we love that fight. I think that's the only way we get it. A world title is by forcing it to happen. I don't think anyone that got a world title will want to risk it against Martin Bakole. He's number one with the WBA in the top 5 with every sanctioning body. Soon there'll be nowhere to hide. Kabayel, 25 victories, opposite 0 defeats, 17 hosted knockouts, is also well placed amongst the alphabet rankings after consecutive victories over Makhmudov and Frank Sanchez. Hey, Kabayel ain't nothing to mess with. Bakole ain't nothing to mess with. That right there, y'all. I'm looking forward to that in 2025. I am looking forward. If this is agreed upon, that would be a fight that I'm looking forward to. Primarily, not so much that Bakole and what he did to Jared Anderson, because Jared was still trying to be proven. He was still trying to earn his spot to be proven, right? So it was a great step-up fight for Jared Anderson, for real. But Bakole did what he's supposed to do. But the Frank Sanchez performance, I give him more credit for Frank Sanchez than a flat-footed Makhmudov. I like Makhmudov, man, good dude, but wide stance, flat-footed, want to sit down on punches, not really mobile like Kabayel, and doesn't have the speed that Kabayel have. That's what makes for a very, very exciting clash between Bakole and Kabayel. Y'all keep your eyes wide open for that. It's a fight we've been talking about for some time. For me, the most two avoided heavyweights in the world, Shalom said. The IBF are notorious for enforcing the mandatories, so the best one for us to be involved in, we really fancy that fight. We're hoping to get it done for this year in December. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. It's a lot that's going on with, fights. I mean, this is one of the more heavier Decembers that I've seen in a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one of the more heavier. This is one of the more heavier Decembers that I've seen in a while. Moving on. I didn't put this in my title because I didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying, taking y'all to the circus on a Wednesday was something that was required. You know what I'm saying? But let me touch on this, right? So I've been seeing the small media posts back out. Some of you got it confused that, you know, Ryan Garcia was able to get his case dismissed that was dealing with Ostarine. It wasn't even close. But like I told you all before, and I mentioned it, right? The only fight that Devin has is a Ryan Garcia. All right. I wouldn't say the same for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia can come back and get in the ring with anybody within, you know, reason, anybody within reason, and it's gonna sell. As for Devin, the only fight that he has to come back with is freaking Ryan Garcia, because a lot of people, I can't even call them a duck because they don't want to fight Devin for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got people like T.O. turning down the fight. Why? He don't think that's the biggest money he can, biggest ticket he can get. And as I said before, I say this lawsuit is gonna mess up a lot of you know, whatever. I hear people saying, yeah, Ryan Garcia, you know, for him to get a plea deal, he had to admit. I'm past all that. Dude had it in the system. He's on suspension. I could care less about a plea. It's been so much fucked up shit going on in boxing that people want to sit up here and try to act like they're getting these fighters from Father Day or Latter Day Saints and, you know, goddamn Christian convents and all that. This ain't Waco, fucking Texas. What are y'all talking about? Y'all trying to act like somebody violated the freaking moral core values or something. Like they was quoting scriptures or something. They supposed to go through a correspondence course to prove that their Christianity as a level for them to compete in the sport of boxing. That ain't it. Boxing is dirty. It's been dirty. It's gonna continue to stay the same. But for this fight right here, it's just turning into something that's not even boxing pertinent. Like, we don't know if they're gonna fight. All we hearing is, you know, the lawsuit this, the lawsuit that. I really don't care about the lawsuit because it's not the first time a fighter's been sued for something, right? It's not the first time a promoter's been sued for something. I really don't care either way. I would just like for them to step in the ring for a rematch to settle the score. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care for Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Especially a dude that's complaining about 100 million. He's 25 years old. But to me, you know, Devin ain't never, you know, been an asshole. When I see him, I have to, you know, put it out there. Bill bring that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Bill has his own sort of aura, machismo, his freaking, you know, bravado that he brings around. But Devin, you know, he's beneath the umbrella of Pops. That's all. And it happens like that sometime. But his only big fight would be Ryan Garcia. And let's see if that happened. Let's see if this fight is able to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. I ain't gonna touch too much on it. If you haven't heard, again and again, let me share and read this article. You probably seen the you know, the tweet go out. You probably saying to yourself, what am I reading? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I thought for sure that we was gonna see a unification fight. That's what I thought. I thought we was gonna see a unification fight. God damn it! I guess that's gonna have to wait because there's some other plans that's going on. Of course, internal to the promotion. You know, agreements not being met. It kind of reminds me of when Crawford was in this situation in 2022. You know what I'm saying? He stuck to his guns and he won't just check the box because, people are trying to, do these power moves and say, we don't care where you at right now, or what you've accomplished. You keep on telling him you don't care. He's going to do it his way. That's all I'm saying. He's going to do it his way, yo. And Samson, from what I've heard is difficult to deal with, allegedly. And, Crawford at a point in his career where he don't need Fundora. But we would definitely like to see that fight. God damn it. And I thought for sure it was going to be popping off sometime, real quick like. But we're going to have to wait. I'm about to pull up this article dealing with Crawford, Fundora, and Spence. The trifecta that won't be going down anytime soon. But for Spence, the fight is going to be happening in Texas. So he gets his freaking ribbon. You know what I'm saying? He gets his bow of approval, for the holidays. Because you get to go through the holidays, and they say sometime early 25. So Spence, maybe he have enough time to eat during the holidays or whatever. And then, start to lose his weight. I don't know, bro. I don't know how he's going to do it. But he get to go through the holiday, knowing he has a fight. And that's what, people were saying all along, that, they came out with, it was going to be Spence. And then they came out with Crawford. And then it's going to be Spence. And then it's going to be Crawford again. And now it's back to Spence. You get tired of the shit, right? You get tired of the bullshit, bro. Boxing media, I swear to God, boxing media is the worst. It's the worst. If you ever want to goddamn, hold your piss in as long as you can, and then you just want to piss anywhere, do it on boxing. That's the perfect toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? You want to hold your shit in, then you just goddamn just piss all over the wall and shit. That's boxing. I swear to God, man. I swear to God, don't be mad at me, man. This shit don't make no sense, bro. Let's talk about this deadline that passed us by. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, this deadline passed us by, y'all. All right. So this is the article from boxingscene.com. Okay. Terrence Crawford lets deadline pass to fight Sebastian Fundora. It says pushing two-belt junior middleweight champion Sebastian Fundora beyond the WBO imposed deadline to negotiate a three-belt unification bout. Terrence Crawford on Wednesday balked, agreeing to let Fundora move on to another bout. The only one hurt by this is Fundora and his interest in fighting in December. Fundora promoter Samson Lekowicz told boxingscene.com. Minutes after the resolution was struck, they waited until the last day. It's disgraceful. I guess they're talking about day as in Team Crawford. It seems, look, to be honest with y'all, it seems like Team Crawford can do no right in the eyes of Samson. Real talk. Maybe he gets too much strength from his hair. Maybe you should shave that shit off and go in bald head and give your mind a little bit of air. You know what I'm saying? See what that new oxygen feels like, smells like. You know what I'm saying? Let your scalp breathe a little bit. You seem tensed up all the time when Bud's in the conversation. It goes on to say 4th division champ Crawford 41-0, 41 victories, opposite of 0 defeats, and 31 hosted KOs, was enabled as a WBO super champion to request a bout against WBO WBC champion Fundora, 21 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 13 knockouts, who won the belt March 30th in a bloody affair with former champion Tim Tszyu. Crawford, 37, has maintained since winning the WBA 154-pound belt from Israel Mandramov on August 3rd, that he has his intentions fixed on a super fight against fellow 4-division champion Saul Canelo Alvarez, who wears 3 super middleweight belts. Yet Crawford, attorney, won an extension to continue negotiations with Fundora beyond a late September deadline. Fundora was the only one willing to fight, Bakole said. The development frees Fundora to revisit meeting with former, I'm reading them, revisit meeting with former 3-belt welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr., 28 victories, 1 defeat, 22 knockouts, who in the ring expressed interest in fighting Fundora on the night of Zoo's fight. If you forgot who Errol Spence is, this is what they're talking about. I just put it up there to remind you who that guy is, because he's been on vacation for quite some time. Bakole said he hasn't negotiated with anyone from the Spence camp, but is prepared now to discuss the possibility of a late January or early February fight with Spence, possibly at AT&T Stadium outside of Dallas. Ooh, I know people are jumping up for joy for that. You know what I'm saying? I really hope that fight happened over there, in Texas. For real. I do. If that fight, I hope it happens in Texas. I hope Spence is able to, have a at and and Fundora is the one he's stepping in the ring with. I hope that's the case, man. That's gonna be a great fight. He said the agreement between Fundora and Crawford is that they will revisit talks following Fundora's next bout. Now, automatically when I heard revisit, I said, you know what? Crawford's already 1-0 at revisiting. Hey, that's one of the largest, one of the most grandiose 1-0 goddamn contractual revisits that you'll ever see in boxing. Because he stepped away in 22 and came back in 23, and we all know what happened. We all know what happened. We seen it. We seen it. We was witnesses. We seen it. Okay? But Lakovic isn't certain Crawford will fight if he didn't jump at the opportunity now. We know if he will be there. Who knows if he will be there or if he would fight again, Lakovic said. See, people need to start treating these fighters like they're humans. Give them some respect, some decorum. Samson's just up there serenading people with no likable style. What were you expecting? I mean, these promoters, they just say crazy shit and they think that the fighter would just digest it, shit it out at the end of the day. It's not. No, they're not going to treat it like it's a laxative, bro. You just say stuff, it's gonna give somebody the runs and they're gonna take a shit and they're gonna be good. No, man. You up here just trying your best to infect everybody's damn thought process about this fight early on. And you say, we're interested in Errol Spence. We're interested in Errol Spence. Okay. But now you get the energy you're looking for. Crawford say, hey, yeah, we requested for an extension. And we got them play ping pong with your ass. But we'll revisit a little bit later. I'll get back to you. I got bigger, travel arrangements that I'm trying to place on the manifesto. That's what I'm trying to do right here, Samson. And Samson up here to my, I haven't heard from Team Spence. Sure you have. Just call him up. That's who you was parading around here, shaking those tambourines. You know what I'm saying? We want Spence. We want Spence. We want Spence. Say one more thing. Want Spence. Say again now. Say want Spence. One more thing. Want Spence. Want say one. Want Spence. You was up here jumping up and down, giving your cheers and shit. And you get mad because somebody's up there treating you like you want to be treated. You act like you didn't want a Crawford fight. But you probably went in there talking about what wasn't going to happen. We ain't going to take this. We ain't going to take this. We ain't going to take this. But look at you now. You have the opportunity. He provided you opportunity. He treated you like, I'll get back to you. I'll get back. I'll be sure to get back with you. Yeah, not at this time, but I'll get back with you. See, Samson, he feels some type of way that, you know, he don't want that dark-skinned Omaha monster to have the power that he got. You know, he feels some type of way about him having that leverage. You know, Samson kind of gives me oppression type freaking energy. For real. You know, he gives me that ownership back in the day energy. I'm serious. Something about this guy. I mean, extremely freaking mean. You know what I'm saying? Extremely mean at the end of the day. I'm saying to myself, I don't like that. I don't like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let me share another article with you. This is Boxing News 24. It says Sebastian Fundora versus Errol Spence in Texas in early 2025. Shawty, come on, what they say? Hold up, Samson. Sebastian Fundora versus Errol Spence Jr. in Texas in early 2025. Don't you want that fight? Mexican fan base in Texas. Errol's residing in DeSoto. That's what you want, Samson. It says Sebastian Fundora will defend his WBC and WBO junior middleweight title against Errol Spence Jr. early 2025 in Texas. So look, they're saying that the fight has been done, right? But Samson up here telling people, I haven't spoke to nobody. I haven't spoke to nobody. The plane. I haven't seen the plane that's gonna fly me to Texas. He hasn't talked to Team Spence, but everybody else is putting out that the fight is done. Which one is it? Seriously, which one is it? Fundora reportedly reached a deal with WBO mandatory interim champion Terrence Crawford to allow him to defend against Spence. Okay, so the deal was made between Fundora and Spence to come back at a later day. If Fundora defeats Spence, he'll face WBO mandatory Crawford later in 2025. A win for Spence would set up a possible rematch with Crawford. That could be a big fight as well. Let's talk on that. Let's strike the match a little bit and see can we burn some shit up. So this is a win-win, sort of, kind of. This is a win-win. I'm not gonna lie. This is a win-win for Crawford. This is how I look at it. On the left side of Fundora, he has 2 titles, right? And he has a Tim Tszyu on his resume. Yes, sir. He has a Tim Tszyu, and for a unification match, right? Legitimate, respected 154-pounder, regardless of how he's been sent to the upper room. You know what I'm saying? And then with a goddamn return airfare. We understand that, but I like Fundora. He's tough. Now Fundora was on the brink of fighting a big name like Crawford, but now he gets to fight a common opponent of Crawford, and Errol Spence Jr. The good thing about that fight is people, if this fight is going down in Texas, people are going to be, jumping up, clicking their heels together, man. But I got to save my money up for that. I want to see that next year. I want to see that fight because it's a lot of, the Spence fans is looking to come back, within the daylight. I mean, staying down in them bunkers for that long is it has to be miserable. So for Fundora, it's a win for Fundora to face a common opponent, Crawford and Spence. And being that Crawford stopped him in the 9th round, of course, people are going to say at 154, what are we going to see? Are we going to see Fundora go over there and get the victory? Or are we going to see Spence go over there and get the victory? And then, of course, the anticipation and expectation is how is the fight going to conclude? How are we going to see the ending? The other win is for Spence. Spence returning since July 29th. He's been out for a while. He goes in there and makes his debut at a higher division and steps in there with a unified champion as Fundora. And of course, we're going to put it out there. Spence beat Fundora. Crawford rematch. It's through the sky. It's up in the stratosphere. Because now you have Spence pretty much with 2 titles now. Spence is going to come back with 2 titles, the WBC and the WBO. It's almost like he's going to be rejuvenated again in the eyes of his fans because now he's unified champion again. And they're going to say, oh, he's unified before Crawford. Crawford couldn't get it done. No, Crawford, in a sense, gets to relish off both of these win-win situations. Because either way, it's a championship for him, right? It's a championship and it's a paycheck for him. But if he's able to go over there and fight Errol Spence with those unified titles, now you get a resurgence in fanfare. And people want to say, okay, we've been waiting for this fight. He'd be the legitimate contender in Fundora. Now we get to see, based on performance grade, how people are praising his performance on how to speak about him and Crawford stepping through the ropes again. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely insane, shawty. For real. If Spence beat Fundora, man, it's back on and popping if they ain't playing, PBC ain't over there playing the games. But I think, at this point in time, Spence has nothing to play games with when it comes to Crawford. He has nothing to bring up. Like, real talk. Crawford has been straight up respectful. I mean, Spence has no reason to try to prolong this out. He know his career hourglass. So he want to go in here and make the most of this fight. But you know what? WCS is not going to bullshit y'all. When they said the fight was going to be in Texas, I said, great. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about it. Thumbs up with a leather jacket on. I'm the Fonz. But my only thing, like, I would definitely like to see Crawford Spence, but I don't want to sit up here and hype it up as if I believe it's going to come to fruition. I believe it's going to materialize. I have total faith that this is going to happen. It's just something about this training. It's something about him making weight. It's just something about what I'm seeing, how he looks right now and him sitting, it might be all a front. But that's my only, my optimism that overflows. I say, can Spence get a trainer to lock him in? And that trainer is not going to be Kevin Cunningham. I hear people say that. Okay, that's good for some. All. I mean, it's good for some fighters, but not all. But he needs to get with a trainer that's gonna, first of all, that Errol Spence respects. And with that respect, for him to show up to the gym knowing that these next 2 opportunities is only going to come if he beats Fundora. You know what I'm saying? Only if he beats Fundora, he has these top 2 freaking opportunities awaiting him. You know what I'm saying? Well, the caveat after the first one, he has to go in there and make weight and go in there and win against Fundora, one opportunity that he seizes the moment. And then he has to go in there and I mean, he has to go into the next situation and say, okay, if it's going to be him and Crawford, This fight has to be quick. This fight cannot be that long. This fight cannot take 2026. I know I'm pretty much prognosticating something because it sounds good to the boxing fans. I get it, bro. But you have to forecast these events because that's what boxing is about. We can't talk about the fights that we want all the time because the ranking systems is just 4 different rolls of toilet paper. That's all it is, bro. Used toilet paper. That's what the ranking system's in because they don't matter. You see people, like Spence to jump up from 47, don't have no titles, and he's in the running for a title shot on his return. How does that happen? Toilet paper. Make sure you wrap it all around the knuckles and everything in white because boxing going to continue to shit on your ass, man. Boxing is going to continue to shit on you every moment they get. And this is no different. WCS always talk about puppetizing, how they puppetize, us. You know what I'm saying? The media be puppetizing the fans. This is a perfect example. It's supposed to be Crawford, then it's Spence, then it's Crawford again, then it's Spence. Based off one fighter now. And then when it was supposed to be Crawford, Spence jumps in the ring and say, "Oh, now it's time to go to the big dog." That falls clear out the goddamn window. I'm talking about 40,000 feet in the air is falling out with no parachute. And then Crawford ain't come back in. Oh, they in negotiation and they put in for an extension. Okay, nothing came from the extension. Now we back to Spence. It's just the bad part about Spence. It's just like putting a patch on a goddamn donut. That's all. Is there anything left? Have you rode that motherfucker as long as it'll go? Is it anything left? Can he make it through a fight camp, get back in shape? The fight is going to be in Texas. And like I always tell people, if it's in Texas, Errol Spence going to make weight. He's going to have his way. But I don't know where he's going to be training at. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer with Derrick James. So I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Oh, shit, man. Damn. What y'all think about that fight? You think Spence going to be able to get himself in shape? Do you think Spencer's going to be able to get himself in shape? You know what I'm saying? Let me read the comments right quick before I get to this other article I want to get to. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Golden, in the building. What's good, man? Shout out to Carlos in the building. What's good? Sticking Boys Fishing and Sport in the building. Mark Nash TV in the building. Carlos said, "I can't wait for this weekend, even though I'll be ready for these fights if and when they happen." For sure, man. For sure. It's Wednesday, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday. Better Beef and Dimitri Bivol, we know that fight is taking place. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting another 24 hours, man. We waiting for the weigh-in. It ain't been no electricity. We just know that Better Beef is giving you the same, stone face killer. You know what I'm saying? And you really can't tell what's going on Dimitri Bivol's head either. Bud gonna stop Canelo in the building? What up, WCS? Who Bud gonna fight next? That's a good question, man. That's a good question on who he's gonna fight next. And see, you kind of took away one of my questions that I was gonna use a bit later. Who is Bud Crawford fighting next? I would like to know. Look, I'm at a point right now where I know he wants to fight Canelo, but it seems like Canelo is uninviting. He doesn't seem to show interest in a Terrence Bud Crawford. And I think, and still to this day, that's the biggest fight in boxing. People saying Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, that fight to do some solid numbers. You know what I'm saying? That fight to do some solid numbers. Real talk. I want to throw Tank in there. Tank was fighting somebody like Devin Haney. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be great. It'll do grand numbers. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get a fight in before next year. But we know that's not happening. So I don't know to answer your question. Brim in the building. What's good with it, Brim? The lawsuit by Devin is leveraged for the rematch. So I mean, you may have a point there. It's according to what leverage are we speaking on that we need to take in consideration for him going into a rematch. I'm just saying, me looking at it, you're telling me if I get suspended, I had to pay $1 million out of my pocket, I get suspended for a year, and Brim is talking about leverage. Look, ain't nobody walking up to a fight with me next year talking about leverage for something I already paid for. Look, we can't think like that, Brim. It's a good point you make. But what leverage is he talking about, bro? The man's already been fined, right? Let's just put it this way. Let's say Devin wins the lawsuit. Let's just say Ryan has to pay something else, right? Okay. They're not going to suspend him. The only thing that can happen is he has to come out the pocket or whatever, right? Let's just say Devin wins that. So what are you supposed to do? Go into negotiations and say, well, I want what you had, percentage. How many times he's going to be punished? He's going to be punished for the New York State Athletic Commission, and now he's being taken to court. And I'm not defending freaking Garcia. I'm just responding to what you said. But appreciate your interaction, bro. You know what I'm saying? Arnold Brown in the building. WCS salute to you in the hottest chat in the game. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. The queen herself has entered the building. Jessica's on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you, queen. How you feeling? Blue Hustle Man in the building. What's good with it, brother? What up, WCS in the hottest chat? What up with you, man? I think Spence would kept at Texas and linked up with Running Shields or something. Hey, solid point. You got both Charlos that's over there with Shields. I don't know if they're going to want to link up with a Spence. I know Spence is still in good standing with Jermell Charlo. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough one right there, because the only name that comes to mind to me, like you said, is a Running Shields. That's a solid trainer. He don't get he's underrated, man, underappreciated. But I agree with that. I'd like to see that. That's my only thing about hyping up Spence's next fight. Is he going to be able to drop those numbers on the scale? Is how I look at it. Is he going to be able to drop these numbers, bro? I mean, can he get dedicated again? God damn it. I mean, that's all I'm saying. July 29th happened. Okay, cool. But I'm talking about him and Sebastian Fundora in Texas. I want to see Spence make weight. We already know Sebastian Fundora is going to make weight. I mean, that's a skin on a skeleton. You know what I'm saying? All he has to do is not eat for goddamn 48 hours and he on weight. Spence getting retired for good. Man, hey, we got to keep hope alive. Ain't that what they used to say back in the day? We got to keep hope alive, man. I want to minimize the criticism for Spence in this freaking, in this situation. I want to minimize the criticism because I want to see old boy come back and fight a Fundora. I think that's a damn good fight, bro. For real. I don't want to see Fundora fight anybody else. If he ain't fighting Crawford, I want to see him fight Spence. Why? Because it allows an open door for Spence to go over there and challenge for Fundora's titles. And if he wins, then we get to revisit a potential fight, a clash, a collision in another weight class, a part 2 between Crawford and Spence. Come on, man, that's logic. I see you thinking with common sense there, WC. That's logic. We want to see this shit, bro. 154 pounds is hot right now, but it seems like it might be, you know what I'm saying? It might be smoldering just a little bit if Fundora don't get no goddamn Spence, bro. And then you got Tim Tszyu going in there fighting for the IBF. It's not. Look, everything. I look at it this way: everything Crawford does that we've seen business-wise is pretty much very methodical and tactical as he basically execute his strategy inside the ring. So what on the outside that may look a certain way to us, I think it makes sense when it comes down to Crawford not fighting Fundora. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I would definitely like to have my people on the ground, a fly on the fucking wall, so I could have eavesdropped, you know what I'm saying, on the phone conversation, what was going on with team to team. That's all. I'd definitely like to see that. Jay, what's good? What's good? Salute to you. Salute Fundora, stop Spence. See, we already have some predictions, but hey, Jay, we got to get the fight, shawty. We got to bring it together in some way, somehow. I don't know if we got to have Sunday devotion. I don't know if we got to plan a revival or goddamn just a simple Texas intervention and bring Spence ass to the motherfucking table. Or Spence. Yes, I know you. I know we said it was gonna be. I know we said it was gonna be a goddamn all you can eat crab leg buffet. But sit down, man. Some people here want to talk to you, Spence. Come on, man. Don't walk out, man. Sit down. Let us talk to you. Okay, we want to see this fight. There's some people here that's trying to goddamn encourage you, give you that wisdom that you need right now. We want to see Spence return. He still has a name. He only had one loss, man. But I want to see the fight for my own little selfish reasons. I want him to go over there and have a good showing with Fundora. You know what I'm saying? I like Fundora. I like him as a fighter. I like to see a clash. I would like to see a Crawford Spence too. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see that fight take place. Real talk. I would like to see them clash one more time at 154 so we can have the final eulogy for all the aerosexuals. That's all I want. I just want to be able to go get me another custom tailored suit and go and attend the memorial service and put this shit to bed. That's all, because they say 54 is where it's at, right? 54 is supposed to be the division, so, you know, nobody be weight drained. But I'm not going to get off topic. I'm just saying, I want to see this fight happen for my own selfish reasons, man. I want to see a part 2. I want it to just be shut down. I want it to be there to be a distinct conclusion, an end, a benediction to these two names right here. And that's why I want Spence to goddamn get this fight popping. It's nothing against Fundora. Fundora is a good guy, man. He said he felt that Crawford was the best fighter in the world. But now that Crawford is pulled out of the 10-day extension, I just don't look. I just don't understand how these individuals are cheering that. You know, the news is broken that we may potentially see Fundora Spence early 2025. That's great when you're talking about putting it in print. That's great when you put it out on print. But a lot of what we see on print reminds me of Vegas, yo. It reminds me of Copperfield coming out again. Is David Blaine gonna be with him? Okay, cool. Is Eva Knievel his son? No, shit. You know, it's almost like you're gonna get a magic show, a stunt show, all that. When you reading this damn boxing media, bro, it's want to take you over great heights and give you the momentum like you're really gonna get through the clearance, and then you're gonna find your ass at the bottom of the Grand Canyon somewhere. I want to see this. But now that Spence is somewhat the name that they want to face next, it's just hard for me to see him getting back in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fight's gonna be in Texas. Okay, they throwing him a bone. The fight is gonna be in Texas, man. I'm trying to be motherfucking positive shit. The fight's gonna be in Texas. And I stick to what I said. The fight's gonna be in Texas. Spence is gonna make weight. Okay? Spence is gonna make weight. If the fight gonna be in Texas, Spence is gonna make weight. But just seeing him and haven't been saying too much to the media, he did have enough strength to jump up and get in the ring. You know, when Frank Martin, you know what I'm saying? We seen him walk around on fight week and all that. We seen him. And then we also seen him hop up in the ring, Fundora, and say, you know, the big dog and all that. And I don't know, we haven't seen much of him like we would to kind of provide us with enough confidence. We're looking for confidence to go in here and speak about you. Now, everybody knowing their mama, on my mama, that I'm not speaking on Spence as if I'm a fan. You know, I have been on record as admitting that I'm a fan of fighters and the sport. Okay. I'm rooting for Spence to get himself together to come back and fight Fundora, period. I respect Fundora as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He got that dog in him. I mean, he's a nice dude at the end of the day. He tried to go over there to the pressers looking like Tony Montana. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, Spence, it's not too much we know on him as of late since the T-Mobile massacre. You know what I'm saying? We don't know too much of how his recovery's been. God damn it. I'm still there. I'm still relishing in the moment of the T-Mobile massacre. But I really, honestly, truthfully, I'm rooting for Arrow to drop the weight. Is there somebody around him that can help him out? I don't want to call upon the aerosexuals because they're not dependable. They rather keep on talking about Crawford is far out the picture now. Crawford is not even fighting Fundora for them to hate on him in 2024. He's out of that. Pretty much what Crawford has done indirectly is provided the aerosexual opportunity to show their motherfucking face again. Stand up. Crack open the goddamn hatch. Come above ground. Go over there. Spence has been seen just chilling, you know, just relaxing up under the cherry tree. Go jump the fence and go over there and try to talk to him. Damn. I mean, where are y'all at, man? I don't see no live streams. Man, come on, man. Y'all just can't abort mission. The Bud haters are going to say Bud duck Fundora. Man, please. That shit funny, dog. It make you want to laugh like a hillbilly. It almost like want to give you a tearjerker, a knee slapper. Ducking Fundora. We all know that Canelo is a bigger fight than Fundora. Don't, hey, OG, hey, tell them, don't come over here acting like you barking demands all of a sudden. Don't come over here acting like you barking demands like you. This is the only way this fight's gonna happen. No way. No, we don't want to hear that. They can say he ducking all they want, but they request the extension, and we all know that Sampson don't like Crawford, and Crawford probably requested the extension, and then took it to the last freaking tick, and said, "No, we're just gonna wait." And Sampson, what he say? Sampson, it's just so disgraceful. The words he used is so vile, ain't it? You ever listen to Sampson talk about Bud? Dude use some vile language, bro. I mean, he really gets extreme with it. The way he traduced the criticism to Crawford, I'm like, God damn. This dude is malicious with it. It's disgraceful. Do you understand what that means? It's disgraceful. Like, what is disgraceful for him waiting to the last minute? Y'all not fighting this weekend, first of all. You're not fighting this weekend or next weekend or the weekend after that. So how is he sitting up here using a word like disgraceful? I don't get it, yo. Conquest in the building. What's good? 4 months of lies and BS. I know. I totally get it. I understand. I always say the hocus pocus of boxing. It will leave you disappointed. And if you think about it too long, you will get depressed. How many different parachutes did they send out here like something was actually going to come down, touchdown, and we was going to have some, okay, yeah, this is solid news right here. No, it was just bullshit. They had them laboratory mice and rabbits in there and shit. With goddamn posters stapled to their goddamn head. Oh, Fundora Spence. Crawford Fundora. Fundora Spence. No, we're back to Crawford again. No, Crawford's out the picture now. They saying Fundora Spence early 2025, but Sampson say he ain't talked to Team Spence. What is it then? What is it, man? Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? I'm just trying to find out what is the truth. You know what I'm saying? For a few good man, I want the truth. I can handle it. Tell me the truth. I shouldn't have to go put on my uniform to get the truth. Shit. I shouldn't have to go call up Jack. How you doing, man? I know you're much older now. Is there any way you can reenact that scene, man? I mean, we're talking about a boxing topic, but man, it would be great if I can get one of the goddamn. I know I can't get Tom Cruise. I'll tell you that dude out there doing some extreme stunts on this shit. I can't fuck with him. But you, come on, Tom. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Help me out. Help me out, Jack. I want the shining Jack to come back. Help me out, Jack. I want the truth. Come on, Jack. It's a good matchup. Fundora Spence. I got Fundora by split decision. I'm going to use my BMAC line. You want me to be honest? Hey. You want me to be honest, dog? I'm gonna be honest with you, Drew. I'm for real, Andrew. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's just sometimes when you have a picture of a fight that happened versus another fight that was in the same division on the pound for pound list, holding residence at the same time, but yet when they stepped in the ring, it seemed like one of the fighters wasn't even on the same level. He wasn't even the same level, the same class, yo. So it's difficult for me to see Spence making it to the final bell with Fundora. But look, I have to give you part 2 of that also there, Andrew. I have to look at it like this. Fundora has fought a common opponent in Spence already. And if his common opponent can go the motherfucking distance, as in Carlos Ocampo, then what? Goddamn Spence may have a chance. Because at one point of time before, Spence sent Carlos Ocampo over to Mexico to goddamn fight 6 or 17 times and come back to the U.S., he went the distance. Was that all a setup? Him going the distance with Ocampo? Was that all a setup to get this fight with Spence? I mean, because come on, man, we know Spence finished Ocampo in 1 round at 47. Now I'm looking at this shit like, does Fundora, think Spence is easy work? Because I don't know, man. Because he went the distance. I don't know, man. But Carlos Ocampo is there. You know what I'm saying? That's a common opponent. Just to throw that out there. So I'm sitting on the great oak tree sipping sweet tea. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He looked peaceful. You know what I'm saying? He looked peaceful. Whoever down south, hope y'all doing well during these storms and everyone is okay. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. It's not over here, thank God. But yeah, to those people, look, I know people down there in Florida, man. And I can't imagine. It takes me back to the snowstorm that stranded so many Georgians, right? But I can't imagine them telling to evacuate. And all them cars are being stuck on that bridge in the middle of the storm that's due right now, right as we speak. Spence needs to just chill and enjoy retirement. I don't know about that. Why, Carlos? You want him to be like Riddick Bowe, retire with 1 loss? I mean, he has 1 loss. That's it. He has to come back. If he was weight drained, he has to come back to a higher division and show us how competitive his spirit truly is. It has to be some type of hunger there for him to get back in there with Crawford. I mean, Crawford changed that man's life. Seriously. It changed his life, man. Spence, his trainer, and a lot of other people that was in Texas and the aerosexuals believed that was going to be a run in the park. They believed that fight was going to be extremely easy. For real. And it didn't turn out that way. Spencerholics are done. It's over with. They done moved on. Hey, salutations. Capiche? Hasta mañana. Johnny. It's a reason for Bud not take this fight right now. The reason will come out soon. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I look at him making business decisions for a purpose. Not just for fun, but he has a reason why he is making the decisions he is. And, I can respect that. I can respect that he wants to fight with Canelo. I can respect that he has Turkey Al-Sheikh as that freaking spade. He has that ace of spade in his freaking pocket. When he transitioned from Top Rank to PBC the first time, he didn't have an ace of spade. He was just going off the deuces wild. Now he got the ace of spade. He understands the logistics. He understands what better, what avenues he should take, what language he should use. You know what I'm saying? What direction he should go in these negotiations. He knows that now. So being he has Turkey Al-Sheikh as the ace of spade, and people know that, that's why Samson feels the way he do to say, for them to wait to the last minute is disgraceful. Disgraceful. Who used those words? Come on, man. Look, Samson, how can you be extremely perturbed at Terrence Crawford when you said the man had a no-likable style? If you really didn't appreciate his skill set before, keep the same energy now. You don't have to come up here and act like it's disgraceful because they came at the last minute. You had nothing good about that man to say. Nothing good about him. Appeased you to come up with something that's a compliment. You had nothing but straight up criticism, bro. You up here talking about this disgraceful. When I hear somebody say something about disgraceful and boxing at the same time, bro, stop. Put down the motherfucking shit that you got in your fingernail, your pinky. Stop it. Stop it. Stop sipping on that goddamn Coca-Cola. The Haters Rehab Center is open 24 hours. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm curious to know who's rehabbing them. See, former haters can't rehab haters, because once a hater, always a hater. So if they sitting up here telling these haters that they are reformed, no, we don't want to hear that shit. We don't want to hear that. But look, one thing I do want to hear, I definitely would like to know if Bud is going to fight at the end of the year, who's going to be the unlucky freaking opponent. And I'd definitely like to know if we're going to get a Fundora Spence official announcement by the end of 2024. You know what I'm saying? I would like to know that. I would like to know if that's going to go down. I don't see Errol losing 2 back-to-back. Well, Mr. Golden, I can tell you like this. Errol Spence complained about not seeing jabs and hooks, and his vision looked good to me. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to go get some cataract checks. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get that glaucoma checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're up here talking about you can't see Errol Spence. You better get some goddamn focals on. You better goddamn take both of your hands and put them in a fist, bring them up to your eyes, and goddamn move them back and forth like you're revving a motorcycle, goddamn it. Because I can see that shit. I can see him losing twice. Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it with Crawford. But when Fundora, I don't know, man. It's just hard for me to get the massacre out of my mind. It's just hard for me to goddamn get that visual out of my mind, man. It was too vicious, too brutal. The battering for 9 rounds. I'll take that back. I'll say 8 rounds, because round 1 was okay. You know what I'm saying? And then it got just more, it got a lot worse from there. It would be wild if Spence lost back-to-back, but this is boxing. Shit happens. Okay. So it ain't the end of the world there, Golden. Everybody else in the chat. It's not end of the world. Let me provide you some logic here, okay? We seen Anthony Joshua lose back-to-back, and he's still up here trying to sell a fight. The Fight Fury. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua lost back-to-back, and he's still one of the names that Eddie Hearns will continue to push like it never happened before. Now he's trying to say, well, I couldn't live with myself if I didn't fight Dubois in a rematch. No. Come on, Joshua, you 0-2 in rematches, shawty. What are you doing? Come on, man. I'm being selfish with Joshua, man, because we all know when Andy Ruiz came in at 283, man, they were sending him care packages with Snicker bars in that bitch, Milky Ways, Twix, Babe Ruths, Reese's Cups, M&Ms, Raisinets, Goobers. Joshua came in there a fit 237, and goddamn Ruiz came in there like 283. No, you lost that, bro. If the same Ruiz would have showed up who fought you the first time, come on, man. Come on, bro. And then he goes to cruiserweight, and Usyk put them hands on him. He loses that back-to-back. Well, when it comes to Spence, I say if he fights Crawford, he loses again at 154. I just don't see where he can rebound from that. Even Spence himself is gonna come and answer the opening bell with some reservations. He's going to have some fear. He's going to be without DJ. I mean, he's in there against the mad scientist. Again, it's going to be some issues he has to deal with, y'all. Bomac, you can underestimate that guy all you want, but he's going to have more champions. Dude, he say, I eat knowledge. He say, I eat knowledge. So you got the mad scientist, and then you got Bud. Bud is up there taking instructions from the mad scientist like he's a student. That's why I say Spence is not going to freaking win against Crawford. Now, Fundora, I don't know. But it's just, I just have these visions. And the style. What they say, you better ask somebody. Smith's not going to win a shootout with Fundora. And look, we used to seeing him freaking fight one-dimensional. That's all I'm saying. If I seen Spence switch it up, show more versatility, show that he's using his thought process to come up with different offensive strategies, showing the people that tactically he has more than one game plan. That's all I want Spence to be known for. It's not many people over here that's going to say he's known for switching it up. They're going to tell you, well, outside of him being weight drained, he kept doing the same thing against Crawford. So Crawford pretty much had an easy technical game plan to defeat Spence because Spence was one-dimensional. I know it's much more technical than that. But if Spence can just show us something, you know what I'm saying? He can make the adjustment. He can collect the data and make the adjustments. If he can just show, maybe 2 fights up to this point, then people will have a lot more confidence in him going in here fighting Fundora because we seen Fundora switch it up. Fundora took that fight at last minute notice. He came in there and fought different than what we seen him. Let's go to Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton, he fought Angelo Leo different than he fought damn near any fighter. Brandon Figueroa, I mean, he can box or he can fight on the inside. What did Caleb Plant just show us with McCombie? Caleb Plant was on the inside, goddamn, all you heard McCombie grunt. Goddamn, Caleb was hitting him with them that hook to the body up. Oh my God. They made a change. Yo, they made a change. They made an adjustment, yo. And that shit worked superbly. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see Errol lose. If he went in there and sparked Fundora, that would be great too. Boxing is a sport of the unexpected. It is. It is a sport of the unexpected. Y'all be sure to support the channel by all means necessary, if it's by Cash App or if you decide to do so via YouTube. It is there for you. I appreciate it. Those of you that care, you know what I'm saying? Put it in bright green just to, so people can know. Dan Tan on deck. Salute to you. 3 Musketeers, Almond Joy, Heath Bars, and Butterfingers. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I was able to eat those type of candies and not even give a damn about feeling guilty. Now, what? I'm down here sounding like Lil Jon. What? You ate a Butterfinger? What? Hey, your body tell you, hey, dumbass. You know your metabolism is extremely lethargic and sleepy. You know what I'm saying? For the last 8 years. And you up here eating a Butterfinger, nigga. You ain't burning shit off soon. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck told you to eat some Butterfinger? Do y'all realize Spence has been out the ring for over 450 days? Fundora by brutal knockout. Gonna do him like Lubin. Damn. I'm trying to keep hope alive, man. February coming up too. I keep on telling y'all that. Black History Month coming up. You had to bring up goddamn Erickson Lubin battery. God damn. Shit, I don't want Erickson Lubin trying to go to court and charge Fundora for shit. But he did get knotted up now. You know what I'm saying? Lubin did get knotted up. But let's look at it this way: 450 days. I just seen Julia Pena, UFC, Women's Bantamweight Division, coming off a 2-year hiatus plus from injury, and she won the title. I don't want to hear about the judges or anything like that. She did what she had to do to defeat Raquel Pennington. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If Spence lost 2 in a row in his next fight, would be yet another title shot, because that's how PBC operates. Yeah, for sure. So speaking of that, good point, great point. Let's look at the two dynamics of what you're talking about. Yeah, you know, he can go straight over there and fight Tim Tszyu if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Spence has options. Now, if he goes in there and replay the same result that Brian Mendoza delivered to Sebastian Fundora in that closer, I don't think Spence is going to be coming back to the ring anytime soon, bro. If he gets flatlined like that, I don't see him coming back to the ring, bro. I don't see it. And Spence is tough, bro. Spence is tough. He's tough, man. He keep getting up, man. He's tough. Blunt say it ain't no different from Spence. Normal layoff. Yeah, true. I can dig that. It ain't no difference from Spence normal layoff, 15 to 17 months. At least this time he won't have cataracts. Let's not act like his only loss ain't to the best fighter in the sport now. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. In a sense, like he lost to Crawford. But then again, after I was giving him the utmost respect, you know what I'm saying? I gave him the utmost respect because, you know what Spence said. You know what he said, dog? Come on, man. Spencer say, where I'm from, we don't make excuses. And then came the goddamn excuses. Just when I was saying, you know what? I got a lot more respect for Spence now because, he put it out there that he ain't making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking my goddamn whooping like I supposed to. I'm a warrior. That's what it is. I said to myself, okay, cool. And then wouldn't you know, I guess the Novocaine, the anesthesia wore off. His eyes wasn't dilated no more. He started to see, hey, the way my vision is now. Yeah. The reason why I was taking all those jabs and hooks, because I couldn't see even before that fight. Man, get out of here. You was in there, you beat up freaking Ugas and Gart. Man, get out. Please stop it. Stop it. We can't let that man get away with that shit. That's a good point, man. Wow, gonna do him like that, Lubin? That's hardcore. Yeah, that Lubin fight. You got to give him that bit of hope that he knocked down Fundora. He peeled back a layer that we ain't seen in Fundora. He did. He softened Fundora up for Mendoza. Now we got to give Erickson Lubin his props. He softened up Fundora for Brian Mendoza to go ahead and close and cut the lights off. Welcome to Motel 6. We'll leave the light on. Well, that Motel 6 for freaking Sebastian Fundora was the upper room. Hey, welcome, Mr. Fundora. We already changed the sheets and everything. Now, don't worry about the roaches. It's just a common thing up here sometime. It's just to keep you on your feet, if you know what I mean. Fresh eyeballs. I think he'll be able to land more shots. Hey, man, I want to see Spence drop the weight and get back in there. That's real talk. I'm being genuine about that. I want to see him go in there and beat Fundora. I do. Because I want to see him and Crawford part 2, because I know it's gonna be a huge fight in boxing, and both fighters are gonna make money again. I want to see that. I do. I want to see that. I want to see him go over there and recover and rebound off this fight and show something that I wouldn't expect. I definitely want to be proven wrong when it comes to this fight with Spence and Fundora. Just because I criticize him any other time doesn't mean I want to see his demise walking in here. The fighter, I got the prize already. The fight I wanted to see, all the years people was talking, I seen it. I witnessed it. I seen it. I'm happy. Very happy. So once again, the 2-time undisputed was at the expense. You understand how that wordplay is? The 2-time undisputed was at the expense. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Crawford fans already, we celebrated. We had the fish fry. The Chavo was months and months and months. But now, I want to say, okay, I want to see Crawford get back in Spence get back in the gym. He's done switched up the trainer that everybody was hyping up. Oh my God, he's gonna be on here. He got the 2-time trainer of the year and all that. Man, when Bomac told that cat, no more hiding, that's one of the most lethal, legendary lines ever. From one trainer to the next. When you have an actively sitting unified champion in your stable, and that trainer, Bomac, did not give you credit for having an undisputed Jermell Charlo in your stable. He said, sit back and watch how it's done. He told these, I've been there already. Got the t-shirt, man. He said, no more hiding. He told that dude, no more hiding, man. Sit back and let us show you how it's done, man. Sit back and show us and let us show you how it's done. They was worried about the wrong thing, man. That motherfucker was legendary. Spence said he has a rib injury too. Damn. Hey, man. That's what I'm saying about these screenshots and allowing other people to run your motherfucking social media accounts. Right? The wrong people running your social media accounts, they want to forget that you said, oh, I don't make no excuses. And then they on there making excuses for you. Madrimo softened up Fundora. And then Lubin softened him up a little more. And Mendoza just iced his ass. Third time is a charm. I can't say that Madrimov did. You know what I'm saying? The reason being is that wasn't under the bright lights, Blunts. That wasn't under the bright lights. That's just like Bakole stopping Dubois and Usyk. You know what I'm saying? The rumor mill is out there. The rumor mill is out there. I know where you at with it. But he wasn't able to do it under bright lights yet. The credit is only given under the bright lights, man, with a third man in the square. Yes, we've heard the ill-fated rumors that Fundora was given an Ambien. He wasn't given. I don't want to bring this up. He might have been given, somebody might have dipped their goddamn fingertip in the Diddy serum and rubbed that shit around in a circle on Fundora. You're going to start to feel sleepy. There you go. Relax. I'm going to throw this uppercut on your ass. Ugh. I mean, maybe he got that Diddy serum. Maybe they put that shit on the end of his gloves. And Fundora say, damn. Is this something on that? That ain't my sweat. What that shit smell funny? What the fuck? I'm getting sleepy, dog. Oh shit. How many more rounds we got? Damn, they might have dipped that glove in that Diddy oil. Who and drop Fundora in the 7th. Yeah, man. We got to talk about what happened under the bright lights though, because there's been some fighters that's that had their issues in sparring, but they ain't doing shit on the bright lights. We've heard the rumors. Yes, sir. We heard the rumors. No doubt about it. I think Spence will come forward and fight. Might even score a knockdown, but Fundora is going to dish out more damage overall. Hey, I think it's going to be a hell of a freaking fight if Spence don't have a tough weight cut. If Spence come in with a tough weight cut and he's still like just go back to when he was facing Yordenis Ugas and look how shredded he was weeks out. I mean, weeks out, yo. Before the fight, weeks out. Dude was super shredded. Look at him when they did open workout on the mitts, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. He gonna make weight. We can't go for Fundora, dog. Samson was talking crazy. Fuck all of them. Yeah, we ain't going for no. Now, Samson, no. This don't have nothing to do with Samson. This has something to do straight with, Bud, legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Samson, this ain't the first time Bud done had haters. Bud had haters majority of his career. You know what I'm saying? It's been people been wishing his personal downfall. You already know the story. Y'all already know the story. I don't have to give you the entire index script, chapter by chapter. He had haters his whole life. He had content creators just creating fake, false, malicious narratives, pushing storylines out here. You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't do shit right. All of a sudden, he drops out in 2022 in negotiations. He's ducking. See, that's why people don't like him. He's moving funny. He's bad. He's bad for boxing. Now what is he going to do? They say the man was working for a plantation. When he leave the plantation, what happened? They criticize him for not having a promoter stepping on deck to do business with Al Heyman. And guess what? Al Heyman ended up finding out Errol Spence say, I feel like I'm being played. He goes out there and hire Adrian Clark because the one, the only, the grand poobah that they felt was going to get everything all nice and neat and be able to, have fighters fighting for net pay for a fight this big. Even Errol Spence hit himself in the head and say, oh, I need a V8. He even woke the fuck up. But Errol Spence, his V8 probably was a Bloody Mary. Shit, he probably put a little bit of that sauce in that motherfucker. Anyway, if Spence knock out Fundora, somebody got to tell Samson that Fundora has no likable style. Right? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to tell that man he got no likable style. But one thing I know about Fundora, he's shown that he can fight different ways. That he's not one dimensional. Him be so tall and lanky. For him to be so tall and lanky, man, it seemed like one of them limbs will snap any moment. He is able to switch it up, just like we seen him do with Tim Tszyu. He's stuck behind the motherfucking jab. Joel Diaz, man, he did his job, bro. He did his job. I think everybody here knows what happened to Fundora if he fights Madrimov under the bright lights. Look, if Buachuk loses to Madrimov, Fundora can fight him if he loses to Spence. That'd be good. Yeah, I like that matchup. I like that. That Buachuk and Madrimov fight should be a damn good fight. Because now, coming off the Bud, this is what Bud has done for Madrimov. Yeah, people criticize it however they feel, but it was a lot of people that was bigging up Madrimov for his performance in a losing effort. So now what does it do? People are expecting They have the anticipation going from a dream off to stepping in with Bull Chuck. In my opinion, is a very solid matchup. It's a very solid matchup. And then to think about Sebastian Fundora, like I said, man, I don't know. I have to wait, bro. I just don't like Spence going through the holidays, man. And he has a fight in the early part. We saw it happen with Crawford. Look, think about him going through the holidays from 22 to 23. And he had ample time to get that Thanksgiving turkey neck, legs, smoked, smothered gravy, goddamn string bean chitlin, damn homemade, goddamn homemade freaking cranberry sauce. You know what I'm saying? Turkey dressing. They fought in July, yo. They fought in July. He went through the holidays. No fight. Just coming off of Ugas. And he still wasn't on motherfucking weight when he fought in July. That's my concern. That is my concern right there. He had the entire holiday season. And then we're talking about January, February, March. We can leave it right there. That's 12 weeks. To bring in to bring in 2023, that's 12 weeks right off the rip. January through March, that's 12 weeks. And he still couldn't get down. April 16. What? Come on, May 20. June. You had January to June, man. And you trying to tell me that wasn't ample amount of weeks for you to drop weight? That's my only thing. They said, look, you read the headlines like I did. They said early 2025. They didn't say mid 2025. They say early. They say early. You know what I'm saying? They say early, yo. Fundora get beat up in his fights. He's just way tougher than he looks. Like he would be. He has gotten beat up. He got beat up by Danny. You know, look at his fight with Danny. Danny's was 5'6", 7". Danny really, touched him up a little bit. I was surprised. But my guy, Jamonte Clark, he should have been the one to give Fundora his first loss. They called it a draw. But he won that fight. Jamonte Clark won that fight. Can you see Jamel versus Zoo as the co-main to Spence Fundora? That would be fire. Yeah, that'd be fire. That'd be fire. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that'd be crazy. In Texas, that'd be crazy. Real talk. Spence and Jamel, you know what I'm saying? Both reside in Texas. That'd be fire, but I think that's just a freaking fantasy. You know, I heard them Charlos are goddamn back, scurrying around town. I heard they back in public now. Jamal Charlo is said to have a fight coming up. We don't know who he's going to fight. You know what I'm saying? Both of them should have a tune-up with their shadows first. If they can goddamn win versus their shadows, because their shadows might be assholes just like them. Real talk. I would say more so Jamel than anything. Jamal, finally I met one of them in person. He almost wanted to go there, but he changed his mind. He was decent. He was cool. And Dreamos looked like against Bud because he was probably scared. But if you watch his previous fights, dude is on Seek and Destroy. I can see him running through Fundora. Well, look at it this way, Andrew. You have the opportunity to step in there with all the goddamn, the trailer that they did on you. You had the opportunity to go in there and shock the world. You have a fighter that's coming up that's making a debut in your division. You know, you're a champion. It's no room to be scared. I mean, that's out the window. You got to go in there fully, armored up. You have all your protective shield, your weapons. You have your goddamn mental. You have everything together, man, for this battle. It's a gladiator sport. If he was somewhat scared or starstruck by Grayson the Square with Crawford, I mean, sometimes that shit is deemed to be human nature. You understand? Human nature sometimes take over, and through all the freaking exterior, internally, somebody can be, a little bit fractured, starstruck and all that shit. But he was a champion for his country, so I can't really give him that pass, man. I can't do it. Matter of fact, Jermell Charlo versus Virgil Ortiz for the WBC interim belt as the co-main. I like the first one. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight. Jermell versus Virgil is a good fight, but I like the first one. For real, I like that one. I would like to see him against Zoo. For real, because Zoo, he's earned it. He got a better resume than Virgil Hill. He's proven at 154. Yeah. But yeah, Andrew, you make a good point. Madrimov did look a lot different than his previous fights. He did. That's why, when people saying he was patient and disciplined, I said, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about this guy was patient and disciplined, but yet other fighters who in there with a tough opponent, if they're freaking hesitant and pulling the trigger, they get criticized. But Madrimov, they want to bring in the D word. He was disciplined. Yes, we give him an A++. You know what I'm saying? 2 pluses. That gives you a higher percentage than 100. You know what I'm saying? Each plus gives a 0.5% to the rating. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, bro. Come on, man. He should have went in there and did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? They up there talking about he was disciplined. He brought a different style to Crawford. He was disciplined. Seemed like he was Fate Master Moth to me. If Canelo don't fight Bud, I want to see Canelo versus Jamal in May. Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. Ain't no. And look. I'm not saying he shouldn't get the fight because he was on there way before a lot of people, and he started getting in trouble. He was on there way before a lot of people, so I ain't tripping. But I don't want to see that shit. And look, it's just something about that, bro. You see one Charlo, you say to yourself, I don't want to see the other one. He was supposed to go in there and represent, bro. Just like y'all, look, they was, hey, Bud, stop. When they up here hyping up that David Benavidez want to get that get back for Jose Benavidez because he, fight David Benavidez at 168. Ain't that what they were saying? Ain't that what they were saying? That's because Jose Benavidez took it to the 12th round. It was a tough fight. They ain't saying that shit about no Jermell Charlo. Jamal Charlo ain't saying, I wanna get that back. Oh, no. Hey, Jamal Charlo, welcome back. Glad to see you in fight camp. Looking great, looking sober, looking clear-eyed. I just want to ask you this. Being that you're about to fight Canelo Alvarez, what grade do you give Jermell Charlo, who you consider to be Lil Charlo, based off his performance with the one and only Saul Canelo Alvarez? Well, shit, type shit, I mean, ain't shit to talk about, man. I mean, he really didn't do shit, really. He ran, I ain't really trying to beef with bro, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't do shit, man. I'm just saying. But yes, I understand that. We all know he didn't do shit. But what do you rate him? You know what I'm saying? On a scale of 0 to 100, and 100 being the highest. What do you rate him? Man, type shit, man. I give him 31%, man. I mean, dude, he didn't represent the Charlo brand. Hey, people ain't sitting up there giving the same credits they was giving David. Hey, bud, go up there and fight David. He want that get back for Jose. Up there jerking off David, talking about he should get the Crawford fight. You think they're gonna do that for Maul Charlo? Hey, Maul, hey, go get it back, man. Canelo, come on, man. Maul Charlo said he want to get it back for little bro, man. Come on, no, ain't nobody hyping for that shit. Nobody want to see that motherfucking man. Hell no. Maul still got that juice. I don't know about Mel. Yeah, I like way better than Mel, but Mel did not represent the family. You know what I'm saying? There's no way they're gonna be sitting at the Thanksgiving table together this Thanksgiving. It ain't no way, Shawty. There's no way that they're gonna come in there and sit at the Thanksgiving table, and then somebody say, "Well, the good news is, Maul, we hearing that he might get Canelo soon." That's how it's gonna sound. Like they put the motherfucker on mute. Hey, the shit gonna be quiet, And then some family members gonna be intoxicated. They can say, "Hey, you not heard that fight?" I said, "God damn, now Maul get to go back and get it back for Mel." Man, what are you talking about? Get it back for me, man. He might have knocked me down, man, but I ain't quit. I went to the man. Come on, bro. Canelo carried you the whole man. Come on, stop it. Stop trying to act tough. See, mama, this is what I'm talking about, mama. Tell them to leave me alone, mama. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Man, leave them Charlos alone, man. Hey, if you in the chat, please. Y'all gonna make me go to the banned words in the community and goddamn put that Charlo up there as a banned word. Don't do that to him, dog. I just don't have nothing positive to say about him, man. They're not giving this. They're not gonna get the same energy they was giving when Crawford wanted to fight Canelo, and Dave Benavidez. He want to get it back for his brother, his older brother. Man, shut up. Everyone praising Benavidez for the Morrell fight, but isn't he a fighter with 11 fights like Madrimov? Double standards, yeah, for sure, for sure. Hey, look. I will have to say like this, right? Since David Morrell came on the scene, man, he's had high expectations and he's been getting mad love, right? In my opinion, David Morrell has been getting more genuine love from the boxing public than Edgar Berlanga has been getting from the culture, from the culture public. For real, two different, right? So we seen Edgar Berlanga talking this shit to David Morrell and all that. But when we talk about David Morrell's last fight, he showed some cardio issues. You know what I'm saying? He showed that, yeah, he can land some power punches, but just think about his last opponent. He had very solid movement. And when he let his hands go, he landed some solid punches on Morrell. So just think about adding 4 more cylinders to that. And Benavidez going in there and really keeping that work rate up. You know what I'm saying? Even though Benavidez is slightly different style than Morrell's last opponent, because I think Morrell will benefit a lot more if Benavidez stays right squared up in front of him and keep on putting pressure. Like his, last opponent, he kind of boxed and kept distance, being patient, boom, 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 through his combinations, and really kept his distance well. And he was able to land some solid short shots. And sometimes he chose to stay, get Morrell to come in and land a counter shot. With David might just be there all night. And it may be a much more aggressive fight than it need to be, all because of David's fighting style. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear no casual fans thinking that David Morrell is Vostok. David Morrell is not Vostok. Y'all been hyping Morrell up for a long time since he was 68 for the Reggie belt. And now that he's at 75, I want to see a good fight. I don't dislike Morrell at all, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't, but he shouldn't be on the level of a David Benavidez. He shouldn't. If Benavidez goes in here and he doesn't shine on Morrell, wow. Nah, that's crazy. Mm-mm. That was a crazy watching Mel freeze up in the Canelo fight. Boxing is wild. Yeah, man, he wore the all black robe with the sparkles like he was coming out of a Diddy party, man. He didn't want to be seen. Mel versus Maul, like the Steiner brothers in Hearts. I said that so many times years ago. I said the Charlos want to make their highest payday. Instead of freaking going at each other in town, why don't you get paid? And people always want, no, man, they promised their mom. What are you talking about? They mom benefit from this too. All they have to do is go in there and move around and make it interesting. Just like I put out there that Errol Spence should fight Mel Charlo at 154 when he had the belts. Millions. All they had to do was create a beef. That wasn't difficult. Let Spence win the freaking first one, and then the rematch, Mel Charlo get his belts back from Spence. And then their careers would have been looking totally different. 2-time undisputed, 2-division unified champion. Then the shit would have looked way different than it's looking now. I had Morrell winning the 168, but I don't know who win at 175. I have David winning, and just Morrell showed that he does get tired. And when he sits down on his punches, man, that takes a lot of energy like that. He tries to go for the knockout. I'm going to assume that Benavidez definitely has enough freaking experience to go in there and have, I don't want to say discipline, but put a strategy out there, execute on a level that Morrell doesn't seem like he's competitive. He should be able to keep the momentum with and land. He got incredible hand speed, David Benavidez. He should be able to, keep the momentum against Morrell the entire fight. He should show much more experience. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the championship stage. David has that. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Shout out to Tough Glove Boxing in the building. What's good with it? Salute to you. Definitely check him out, man. Support the brother. Tough Glove Boxing in the building. Toby Bartlett, Mr. International on deck. What's good with it, Toby? So salute WCS in the hottest chat in the YTC. We're global, baby. We're global. Yes, no doubt about it. Always better to be global than just local. We finding that out. But y'all, it's been a pleasure. Salute to everyone. Big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Until next time, y'all hold it down.